Welcome back to the Moll Anderson Show. Well, Mother's Day is tomorrow, and I thought it would be really fun to celebrate the special day the best way I know, with fabulous jewelry. Who doesn't love jewelry? And who better to talk jewelry with than one of the hottest designers around, Jaqueline Nerguizian. Her jewelry designs have been hailed as the best in the industry and in Hollywood. And I'm telling you, there's not a red carpet that I don't see that they're screaming her name and wanting to wear her jewels. Jaqueline, are you with me?
I am. Thank you for having me, Moll.
It's so great to have you. So, I mean, are you dripping in diamonds right now? That's always the way I picture you, you know, walking down the street. I mean, I happened to run into you when I was with the kids in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, last week.
And I'm just sitting there eating my pasta at Il Pastel in Beverly Hills at our favorite little Italian place.
Our favorite restaurant as well.
It is really good. So if anybody's ever in Beverly Hills, it's a great little family Italian restaurant. It's so cool. So I look up and there she is, the beautiful Jaqueline, and she's like, you know, dripping in diamonds as she should be.
Well, I mean, if you have it, might as well wear it.
Hey, girl, if I had that kind of jewelry just laying around waiting for someone to come buy it, it'd be all over me. I'd be like, you know, it'd be on my dog.
You know, I've actually made a piece for someone's cat once. So
did you really?
I did.
What did it look like? I mean, was it like a collar full of diamonds?
He had a Persian cat. He lived in Newport Beach. He had a Persian cat.
Of course he did.
And he wanted a diamond choker. So
Okay.
to us, it looks like a tennis bracelet, but this lovely Persian cat that could actually go after a ball, like fetch a ball, got a beautiful diamond necklace.
Wow, that's one lucky cat.
You're telling me.
Well, now, is that like the craziest thing you've ever made? What's the craziest thing you've been asked to make? Because I know you do so much custom work.
Recently, okay, I've done the diamond shoes. I've done 35 carats on a beautiful...
Oh, wait, no, back up. The diamond shoes. Tell us about the diamond shoes.
Well, I've done a pair of YSL, and I encrusted it with just 35 carats of diamonds, black and white diamonds, and they're to die for.
You think? Talk about walking a mile in those shoes.
Yeah, you know, I had my girlfriend, Christy Michaels, wear it for the photo shoot, and she was like, I'm so afraid to walk. I'm like, it's beautiful. Just wear it. Enjoy it. To me, they're beautiful. You know, people put diamonds on bras. We've done that with recently with bras. And then right now I'm working with Michael Costello, and we just finished designing a diamond dress.
Oh, my God. Now, tell me, where do you put the diamonds? I mean, sewn into the dress as jewelry?
Well, what I'm doing with the dress is, you know, it would be a waste to just keep it on the dress. So I'm actually making necklaces and earrings and being able to unclip them and wear them on your body as well. So after you're done with the dress, you still have the pieces to be used, you know, so you could wear.
Cost per wear.
Yeah,
and recycling already. Well, if you're just joining me, we are visiting with Jaqueline Nerguizian, who is one of the hottest jewelry designers around. And today we're actually going to be talking about Mother's Day, but I had to just talk about all these fun things that you're making because it's just so cool.
It's
just totally cool. But let's get to some ideas for Mother's Day. Do you get phone calls at the last minute with crazy fathers trying to, like, you know, they forgot?
Basically help.
Yes.
And, you know, it's really great. The good friends that I have, they usually give me the heads up. This is what I want. And so when I do get calls, I'm like, perfect, I got it under control, don't worry about it. And then the husbands call me back, and they're like, unbelievable, she loved it. I had to do nothing. All I do is pick up the phone, and there it is. And it's great because it is, you know, women do give me the insight of what they want. And it makes it easier for everyone, for the guy as well as me.
It's kind of like registering for a gift.
Why not?
No, I love that. Well, what got you inspired? Because, you know, I'm going to keep going off the track here because
That's okay.
your story is so interesting. I mean, your family was in the business for 40 years. Mm-hmm. And when did you first get inspired?
You know, I could remember as early as 9 years old designing jewelry. I would have my cousins, and, you know, I'm Armenian, so we would have huge family gatherings at all times. They would be coloring books and crayons and you know, for the kids to do, but I would be designing jewelry. And the first piece that I've ever made was when I was 12 years old, and I still have it. It's a little diamond J ring that I would wear on my pointer finger. And since then, I just knew. I mean, I honestly feel like I was born a creative and artistic person. It's just, and then this being in the jewelry business, it has helped me express my creativity.
Well, of course. My goodness. I mean, I always tell people it's so important to watch for your children's passions because it shows so young.
I agree.
And I know you are the mother of, 5?
5 kids, 5 wonderful, beautiful kids.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this question. How do you stay looking so amazingly hot and so thin? Because as a Mother's Day gift to me, please tell me.
It's interesting. I have children that are 2 all the way up to 19. So as much as time I get to be with them, we're outside. We live in beautiful Scottsdale where the weather is always warm.
That helps.
So we're outside, biking, hiking, on ATVs. We're more of an outdoor family, and I get to enjoy that time with my children. And, of course, working out, like this morning, my husband and I went hiking up Pinnacle Peak, and we try to do what we can. I mean, if you have a, healthy heart, I got to be strong for my kids, for my girls.
Absolutely. Well, I'm talking to Jaqueline Nerguizian, and I'm telling you right now, her jewelry is amazing. How do the fathers and husbands out there find you?
Well, a lot of it is word of mouth, which is great. We've done a lot of advertising as well in the local area. Mm-hmm. But I've been on the Steve Harvey Show. I've been
now, what are you doing on Steve's show? Tell us about that.
We're talking about fashion. We've done, in February, we did a giveaway where we gave everyone in the audience a beautiful black and white diamond pendant.
Wow.
We talked about fashion. We've talked about jewelry. We're just having so much fun.
Oh, well, I can imagine that. That's fabulous.
Great.
Well, but you've got a website. And
I have a website, which is great because what's interesting about my website is, this is what I guess I would want everyone to know is that, you can go anywhere and purchase diamonds, but people don't know that, diamonds are all not created equally. Mm-hmm. And for me, I would think the first and foremost thing is color. The first thing that you notice in a diamond is, of course, besides the size, is the color. If the color is off, then you're like, oh, that's not a great diamond, right? But no one really sees the quality in the diamond.
What is it, color, cut, clarity?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you don't really need to follow all those 4 C's. I mean, there's some, you could pick a couple of them and make your diamond look amazing.
Well, now, isn't it, let's just talk real here. I mean, not everybody can afford a perfect stone like you're saying, and maybe it's not necessary, but for some of my listeners who are on a budget, what is the first thing that they should be looking for, if they can't afford a Nerguizian diamond, so to speak?
Here, let me give you an example.
Okay.
I just sold a first-timer, which I called the guys that are getting engaged pretty soon, which are my favorite clienteles. He had a budget. He's like, okay, it's not very large, but I want to buy 1.5 carat diamond. Could I do this? And I said, absolutely. It can be done. And here's the thing. You really want to go for color. Because, like I said, that's the first thing that comes up. When girls are showing their hands to their girlfriends, that's the first thing that they see. And if it's an off-color stone, people are like, that's, they start whispering, that's a little off, that's yellow, And
he didn't spring for the good stone.
Right. But what? Here's the thing. Nobody sees the clarity in that diamond. No one's walking around with a loop unless you're a diamond dealer or a jeweler like I. You don't walk around or are trained to see the inclusions in a diamond. So,
no, I agree.
So you can get an SI1, SI2 clarity diamond and get a GH color and look amazing.
Well, and don't you think, it's like some of these young kids will be like, oh, I want the most perfect stone I have because it's such a good investment. And I'm thinking, okay, what is the line that really an investment holds? I mean, doesn't it have to be a lot larger, so to speak, to get into an investment space?
Well, every time you hit a 1 carat, the price jumps.
Exactly.
So the price goes up and up and up tremendously. After a 5-6 carat, dealers make their own prices on it. Mm-hmm. And of course, people should know where they're buying their jewelry from, because you can go to a storefront. Right. But guess what? You go to a storefront, and it also depends on, where the storefront is. Demographics pays a huge amount on the markup of the diamond.
Right.
People don't know that a standard or the minimum markup of a diamond is 100%, or jewelry is 100%.
Wow.
In a store. They have overhead, they have rent, they have all these other employees, insurance. They have all these other things, and because you're retail, you pay more for insurance.
Wow. So they could actually save money coming to you because you probably can give them more for, bang for their buck, so to speak.
Right. And so, let's go back to the story of this first-timer who had this budget and he wanted a 1.5 carat diamond.
Right.
I sold him a 1.12 carat cushion diamond.
Ooh,
and
pretty.
And he could have gotten the 150.
Right.
But what I was telling him was that the 150 was the same size, table size, as the 112.
Ah. So the top of the diamond, that's what you're...
The table of the diamond was the same size as the 1.5 carat.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Nobody looks at how deep your diamond is.
That's so true.
Yeah, and people pay a lot of money because sometimes you'll say, well, I'm wearing a 2 carat, and it really looks like a 1.
Yeah, so if you're just listening, I'm talking to the hottest jewelry designer. And when I say hottest, not only does she look hot, but she is the hottest because she's got all these wonderful stars wearing her jewelry. But we're talking about diamond sizes and the table size, which I find so interesting, Jaqueline, and I think that's going to be very helpful to people.
Oh, yeah. It's very important because everybody has a budget. I don't care if it's $5,000 or it's a couple $100,000. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a budget, and every woman wants to have the biggest diamond.
Sure.
We want the bling. It's just it's in our DNA. We want the diamond.
Right. And sometimes maybe, if they can't afford, like you said, the big stone, to go for what they can afford, but maybe, create a really cool ring around it because you are so good at that.
Thank you. You could do so many wonderful things, and it doesn't.
Oh, I know.
And I deal with everybody on every set of budgets. And you can make a halo. You could put 1 row of diamonds around it. You could put 3 rows of diamonds around it, and it can look big.
Well, Jaqueline, I want them to be able to find you. So, what is your website?
It's jnjewels.com.
jnjewels.com. And I wish I had more time. I could just talk diamonds with you 24 hours a day. We'll have to carry this conversation on later.
Sounds good, honey.
Well, thanks, Jaqueline.
Thank you.